What's up? It's Factor, and we're here on Culture Interviews.
Cause shorty, why your hot lights blowing up a nigga phone at the nighttime. You could say you home alone, but we know
My father and my parents, they're really conservative. And in the Pakistani community, your reputation is the number one thing that you have. And I knew because my father, he's like a community leader. So I knew that, and I'm sort of like the golden child. Like I got good grades, I stayed out of trouble, I did everything good. So everyone had these good opinions about me. So if they found out that I was making like music, especially hip hop, it would have just like destroyed my parents' reputation. In order for me to continue like what I like to do, my passion, which is making music, and in order for my parents to keep my parents' reputation safe, because it was a really, hard earned reputation that they have, I put the mask on. I don't want I don't want my success to look bad on them in the music, and I don't want no one judging them upon me because this is the decision that I made. Like I want to make music. I don't want them to just keep them safe, I guess. Also I do want to have a professional life outside of music. Music, honestly, for me is a passion, and it's fun for me. So that still means that I want to have a career other places too. So if I want to have that career, I want to keep my other identity like safe. So it's kind of a long story, but basically I was born in South Africa. My parents used to live there. They had a business there. But when I was 2, we moved to Brooklyn, and I've been living here ever since. My parents, though, they're Pakistani. So I would say that when I first started making music was actually when I was really, really young. Probably in the first grade, I used to just write down like songs in my notebook. And back then, me and my friend at the time, we used to have this idea like, yo, we were gonna start a band called Gear. And back then, we used to listen to a lot of Papa Roach and stuff like that. But my introduction to hip hop was really late in life because my parents are really conservative, so they wouldn't let me listen to a lot of American music. So I was listening to a lot of like classical, folk, Pakistani music, Punjabi music, things like that. So when I would listen to hip hop, it would be kind of in secret. So it wasn't until I got into like high school, because I had such a long bus ride to get to school, that I could just sneak in some songs on my phone and listen to my phone. So then I started listening to 50 Cent was the first artist that started listening to it. And honestly, like I sort of fell in love with it. My boys would, it was mad funny because they used to all make fun of me like, yo, how you not listen to this song? Yeah, I'm listening to songs that like came out 4 or 5 years ago, and I'm just listening to them. So like they all make fun of me like, yo, I'm behind. So I've been trying to catch up ever since. I had the mic equipment at home. The only thing that I was missing from my songs, because you can get beats online, the only thing that I was missing was mixing my vocals. And I think a lot of SoundCloud rappers and a lot of rappers these days, their vocals are not mixed properly with their music. So I knew that I actually had to learn how to use Logic, right? So I'm over here like, and this is, I would say, sophomore year of college, my second year of college, right? So every single day from 8 o'clock to 12 o'clock at night, I would sit down. I wouldn't even record vocals. I would just record my voice and try to like mumble like and over a beat, and I would try to mix it. So I'm practicing, trying all different things, looking at all these tutorials online, reading fucking magazines telling you how to mix stuff, what frequencies, and all this like weird scientific music shit with like radio waves, I don't know, all this stuff. So then one day it just clicked, and one day I found the settings that worked for me, and that was the biggest key of my development of me getting serious, is that I was looking at all these tutorials, but I had to just figure out what sounded good to me and what fit good to me, because my voice was different than all these other people's voices who was doing the tutorials. So I found the settings that worked for me. I learned how to use my Logic correctly, and so that's a perfect formula. And all I needed was to get my heart broken, and I got my heart broken. And I got my heart broken. And then the first bag song came in, and it was just right timing, I guess. So got my heart broken. I broke up with this girl that I really liked. Did not go well. I was in my bag, and I wrote 2 songs, and they're both. One of them is called Better Place, and the other one is Faceless, and they're both talking about the same thing. And that's when they got serious, because I was actually spinning some real shit. I was being really metaphorical in my lyric writing. My harmonies were hitting, my chorus was hitting, everything was good. And my boys really liked it, and then they were hyping me up. So that's when it got serious. When I finally learned how to use my my Logic Pro X properly, began to write properly. My dream collabs would be Post Malone. Post Malone just got a killer fucking voice, man. And, you know, I do some of the singing stuff too. So I feel like we have a good mix on the song. Also, rest in peace, Juice WRLD. That would be my dream, because he's the reason why I started making music in the first place. When I listen to Juice WRLD shit, I say, yo, I need to make, because this is my vibe. There's no other artist doing what he was doing at the time, and it really connected with me. He's the only artist that I really got sad about when he passed away. So rest in peace, Juice WRLD. He would have been my other dream collab. Another dream collab that I have is with an artist named Jon Bellion. A lot of people don't know about him. He's not really a hip-hop artist, but he's super slept on. Super slept on, you know. He does everything by himself, makes beats by himself, produces by himself, mixes by himself. He's such a dope artist. I recommend everyone listen to his The Human Condition album. I non-stop played that album for 3 months straight every single day. Dope album. And then after Jon Bellion, it would have to be A Boogie. And yeah, that's about it. I don't have a music video yet for any of my songs, and you know, I'm working hard with ZAR Films to figure out what we could do to change that, because some of the songs that I made deserve a music video because they're so like metaphorical and stuff. So that's number 1 on my list right now. Start making music videos. I had a song coming out, Nike's on, and honestly, it was probably the best song I've ever made yet, and I feel like it's gonna take me and open a lot of doors for me. I really want to record that music video first before I put the song out, because that song is all about, you know, my community, you know, the people that I grew up with. You know, no gangster shit, nothing. You know, I never claimed to be. I'm not like that. You know, it's just real. These are the boys that I hung out with, and we're just kids that grew up in Brooklyn, and we just having fun. That's it. So that's a music video that I really want to do, and I know I'm gonna make it big. I'm gonna have mad people pull up. It's gonna be dope. But my other goals for 2020, I think one of my long-term goals is to get my producer skills top notch. I feel like that also is gonna open a lot of doors for me. So last summer was the first time that I actually started making my own beats, and you know, I've come a long way from that first beat. A lot of the songs that you're gonna hear now, the future upcoming ones, are all gonna be beats that I made, and I just want to get better at those, making melodies. So I'm sort of back to the step 1. I already know how to mix my vocals, and you know, now I know how to make my own beats. So in terms of an artist, now I can write lyrics for beats instead of before where I would have to find a beat online and sort of try to change my lyrics and the things that I want to say to match the beat. So I think it helps me with my creativity, helps me with my product, and I think it's just higher quality stuff, and it means more to people. So I'm gonna be working hard on my production skills for sure. Yeah. The realest line that I ever spit is not in any song out right now. I have a bank full of songs that I've made, and I haven't released any. But it goes, father had to put in work and put in time, standing at the corner waiting, get in line, illegal, went to jail and did his time, 100 stories up, working terrified, all the bills made the bread nullified, looked me in my eyes, told me build a life, and it goes on. But I think that one is the hardest one that I wrote, only because it talks about my father's relationship. You know, like I mentioned in other in previous questions, you know, he's very, very conservative, and me and my father's relationship is kind of a complicated one because he's super strict. And so that song talks about, like, it's not his fault that he's strict, you know. Like, he came during the 80s when it was like New York City was like horrible place to live in, you know, gangs on the street, and it was really super dangerous. And so he was strict on me to try to make me to become successful. So that's what that bar talks about, what things in his life to make him that way. So I think that's one of the realest bars that I have. If you're good at something, be the best at it. You know, have your faith in God, and don't be an asshole. That's the number one thing that I gotta say. Don't be a dickhead. Just be nice to everybody. You know what I'm saying? If you want to do something, go and do it. No one's stopping you. In this day and age, we have the internet. We have so many resources to link people, connect with people. You know, if you want to do something badly, you can fucking do it. You know, you just gotta believe it. You gotta put the work in. You know, consistency is key. You know, be consistent. You know, hold yourself to the greatest, highest regard and standard. You're only gonna be putting out good stuff. So that's the message I have to my fans. And stay tuned for a lot of more music coming out. I have collabs with some amazing artists that you haven't heard of yet. It's gonna be a good year for Factor fans, I would have to say. So stay tuned. I think it's gonna be great. Hey yo, it's Factor. This has been Culture Interviews. Thank you for a great time. I'm out.